Big changes at Xbox.
Yeah.
After nearly 40 years with Microsoft, including 12 years leading the company's gaming efforts, Xbox chief Phil Spencer is retiring. Now, before we go any further, Luke, I think, asked the big question on all of our minds before the show started, and I wasn't sure what to say.
I don't remember how I phrased it, but like, what do we think about this? Is this good? Is this bad?
Are we mad? Are we
mad?
happy? I mean, 12 years at Xbox oversaw a lot of Xbox, a lot of really good,
and a lot of really bad.
A lot of really, really, really not good.
Unfortunately, mostly really bad.
Well, especially if we factor in like the recency bias of it.
Yeah.
Things haven't been...
That's the thing that I'm struggling with.
Yeah. Things haven't been good lately. But...
What Halo game came out 12 years ago?
But... Give me a second here, because as much as things have been kind of bad for the last little while, things might get worse. So let's get through the rest of the notes here. CEO Satya Nadella announced the departure in a memo to all staff earlier today, thanking Phil for his extraordinary leadership and partnership. Phil Spencer will remain in an advisory role through the summer to support the transition, and Spencer's time at Microsoft saw him working on everything from Encarta. Now, that's a name I've not heard in a while. Remember the encyclopedia on CD-ROM? And MS Works in the early years, to the $2.5 billion purchase of Mojang Studios in 2014, which seemed crazy at the time, but ended up being like the smartest thing maybe ever. And their $75 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard in 2023. Xbox president Sarah Bond is also leaving the software giant to begin a new chapter, according to Spencer. Asha Sharma, current president of the Core AI product, will be taking over as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. The look on your face is priceless. You look like you smell a turd. You look like somebody smeared dog shit on your microphone and you just caught a whiff of it.
It's just...
Sharma left a marketing role at Microsoft in 2013, returning in 2024, and away from Microsoft, spent time as Meta's VP of Product and Engineering and later as Instacart's COO. The Verge notes that Sharma is not a gamer like Phil Spencer, but does have consumer experience that should help with leading such a large division of Microsoft. Okay, the memo... Okay, just calm down.
I'm reading the internal memo.
In an internal memo, let me read the memo. You don't read so good.
That is rude.
In a internal memo, Sharma stated... Sorry, I'm trying to do it like you.
Oh my God.
In an internal memo, Sharma stated,
I got it.
"We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are." I assume the console. "It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it." Microsoft's video game revenue dropped by about 10% year to year in the December quarter compared to a 17% increase company-wide, but it doesn't appear that Sharma will be pushing for a short-term fix, stating, "As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us." Matt Booty, previously head of Microsoft's gaming studios, has been promoted to executive vice president and chief content officer under Sharma. So, huge AI background.
I always liked that Phil Spencer was legitimately a gamer.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. While I did think there was a lot of missteps, the naming of the consoles was actually so insanely bad that I think it genuinely significantly negatively impacted sales.
And the brand. It just makes you look like incompetent dunderheads.
Yeah. And like we knew this from Wii U when like a massive percentage of people thought it was just like some add-on thing for the Wii and didn't realize it was a new console. Like you actually need to name things properly. And they just didn't forever, which was crazy.
The wildest part is whether it's within the same vertical or even sometimes within the same company, when it's so clear by the overwhelming, incredible success of simply named products that are easy to understand their positioning within the product stack. See, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple. iPhone. Okay, there's been a little bit of confusion in there, but generally speaking...
For the most part, they've stayed true.
Yeah, we got the 3GS in there, and we got the X10, whatever you want to call that. There's been the odd, weird one.
They would deviate a little bit here or there, but they'd come back.
But in general, we come back to higher number, more better, easy to understand. And then you'll have Microsoft with just the most bass-ackwards naming scheme that I think probably exists in technology, and then even Apple themselves, where you have this completely indecipherable iPad naming scheme, for instance, where we start getting into like AJ129 model year, whatever. Just put a number on it. My God, just put a number on it, please. Just tell me what generation of product this is, and. Yeah, sorry, I hijacked your point. So there's been missteps, right?
There's been a considerable amount of missteps, but at the same time, it would be really reassuring when like you'd hear that story of people that were like trying to camp him in Fallout 76, and he'd just like fight back. Like it was like, okay.
I could kind of feel like he's one of us.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And it did feel like while there were missteps, he was probably trying to steer in the right direction. I think. Maybe.
I mean, there's been some
really big missteps.
Really big missteps. I mean, I don't think Game Pass is ultimately turning into what we were sold. We were sold an incredible value. And I think we're getting is you'll own nothing and be happy.
Can I make a really weird take here?
I mean,
I don't think Microsoft intended Game Pass to be what it is now. I think they wanted it to stay cheaper. I think they wanted it to do a lot of things. And I think user behavior wasn't exactly what they expected. I think developer behavior wasn't exactly what they expected. And I think their franchises didn't do what they expected.
That's fair.
I think they thought...
See
Starfield. Like I looked into, what game released the year Phil Spencer took over. It was Master Chief Collection. So it's like, okay, that's not really fair. Terrible, horrible, legendarily bad launch. But same year he joined. I don't know. The next one was Halo 5 Guardians. It's like, ooh. I played that here. I don't know if you remember that, but I had to do a controller review of like the first Elite controller, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I went to Willow and I rented it and then used some Xbox we had here and I played it up in the conference room upstairs over like a weekend just to like play the heck out of the controller. And I remember finishing that campaign and just being like, oh. As like a massive fan of the first three games. Halo died because Bungie left, not Phil Spencer, IMO. Sure. If you look back at the history of what happened there, they hired people that didn't like Halo intentionally.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, and I hate to beat this dead horse, but it's kind of like what happened to Star Wars.
It's almost exactly like what happened to Star Wars because Star Wars did the same thing. They intentionally hired people that did not like the franchise. And they did that because they're like, we're trying to make something different. That doesn't... You can make something different while hiring people that like the franchise.
And here's my worry here. So I mean, Phil Spencer's legacy is absolutely complicated.
Very complicated.
He oversaw incredible innovation. I mean, like, let's not overlook some of the really cool stuff that Microsoft did. They were at the cutting edge when it came to accessible technology for gaming.
Yeah.
Like,
genuinely really amazing
wow.
controllers.
I mean, I cannot sing Microsoft's praises loud enough for what they did to make gaming more accessible for people with physical disabilities and other challenges. And they really pushed the envelope in a way that couldn't possibly have paid off in money. Maybe it was, the cynic in me goes, well, maybe they only did it because, they were hoping for the positive press around the brand or whatever. But I don't actually think so, because it seemed like a genuine, earnest effort to make gaming for everyone. And I thought that was so incredibly cool. So I don't want to take anything away.
And that cost a lot of money.
Oh, real money, actual real money.
Yeah.
But then there's no question that they just couldn't. It's like they
cooked multiple franchises. They closed studios that made amazing games.
It's like the driver was using one of their controllers with drift, and they just couldn't aim anywhere but down at their own feet sometimes. They couldn't stop themselves from owning themselves.
I'm genuinely not confident that I could get the Xbox models in the right order right now.
Really?
I'm not 100% confident that I could.
I mean, that's not that hard. You've got Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Xbox One.
Okay. And then what?
Xbox One X.
Is that true?
And Xbox One S.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is it Series?
And then you've got Xbox Series
S and Series X?
S. Yeah.
Okay.
I think, did I get them all? I think I got them all.
I would have forgotten Xbox One, but I mean, if I saw the names, I think I would have gotten that in order if that was correct.
Yeah, it's comically stupid, but I mean, anyway, so back to your point. As complicated as his legacy is, for exactly the same reason that, I don't love non-Star Wars people being in charge of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I don't love non-Silicon people being in charge of Intel.
Yeah.
I don't love non-gaming people being in charge of gaming.
And I'm not saying there's no chance. I'm just concerned.
Well, it's extremely concerning.
I do really appreciate that one line. We're not going to fill it with AI slop. Coming from the AI side of things, they needed to say that.
Okay.
They probably got some PR thing that was like, hey, you need to say this.
But hear me out. In that same sentence, right in that same
As
sentence.
monetization and AI evolve and influence this future.
No. Hold on. Just this sentence. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans. Okay. Doing really good here. And created with the most innovative technology provided by us. What innovative technology? Okay, hear me out.
I've noticed a problem. I like watching a bunch of YouTube, and
that one's for the millennials.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like watching a bunch of YouTube, and I've noticed that especially a lot of history videos, have started a lot of AI slop showing up. AI generated picture slideshows with an AI voice. And I'll notice like a few minutes in, I'll be like, there's not really breaks between sentences, and like I'm starting to get a little sus. Because AI voices are pretty good when they're really tuned in. And I'll scroll down into the comments, and you try to search, like, did anyone else kind of pick this up? And you control F for AI, and you get 10 trillion responses because it's like part of different words and stuff. It's I feel like it's convenient that it's just AI.
I ended up on TikTok for the first time in several years because we're doing another trying TikTok hacks.
Like you saw it?
Like I saw TikToks? Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, is that what you're saying?
What?
Are you saying that you appeared on there or you looked at it?
No, I was looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was we were doing another reacting to TikTok tech hacks. And so Adam curated a bunch of like shockingly large popular creators, shockingly popular pieces of content that are just either AI slop with like tens of thousands of hearts, but like bad, like wrong advice that you should never follow, or people who seem to be just as an agent, as a human agent for their AI puppet master, regurgitating AI garbage that is stuff that no one should do. And like, I can't believe how much of it goes, to your point, unchallenged or is not easy to tell that it's fake and that it's just garbage.
An interesting thing too is there was a thread on the Reddit, where somebody was like, "Is this true?"
I think you got to say the subreddit, otherwise you're at risk of sounding like you consulted the Google.
Sure, yeah. Sorry, I don't Reddit that often. The subreddit. I only go to ours, and it's not even ours, and that's confusing, and blah blah blah, whatever. Old man yells at cloud.
Nice.
But I went to the subreddit, and and there was a thread of somebody who saw some article that was like, I don't remember, I'm going to misquote it, but like HP abandons Windows or something like that. And they're like, "Is this true?" And it was like, or it was a video or something. I don't remember what it was. But it was like very clearly AI generated junk. It was not true. And the comments like roasted him for it. And I feel like we're falling
doing the right thing.
I feel like we're falling back into shaming people for falling for scams.
No, he did the right thing to ask.
Yeah, this is the worst memory recollection of all time.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing. This man can.
Yeah. Tell me what happened then. Tell me what happened, huh? Huh?
We should get it. Doesn't remember. No, I'm good. Don't touch it. I like this one. I like doesn't know. But yeah, no, we need to support each other rather than attack each other for seeking truth in a sea of AI slop. So let's all form an alliance. We'll make a pact that's how we're going to respond to people asking about AI, with kindness and with compassion. Okay, cool, good chat. Why don't we jump into another topic?
Are we done with this one? The conclusion is basically just...
I have no idea. We'll see how it goes, but I don't have it. Honestly, there's no... Oh, okay. No, you know what? We're not done. Because to me, the frustrating part of bringing in a non-gamer is not that I think it's a guarantee that they'll do a bad job.
Yeah.
I'm not a fashionista, but I think that I have done a good job of trusting the team at Creator Warehouse to do a good job of that part of it, while also providing the financial backing and creating an environment that gives them the resources to create quality products. See, I'm more focused on like, how long does it last? Can I throw it in the tumble dryer? These things that I know matter to our customers, and then their job is make sure it like looks cool and is not gonna, it looks professional at the office and addresses the little details that I would overlook because that's not my background.
But Phil being a gamer theoretically helps him understand what our customers want. You being dialed in with the audience helps you understand what our customers want.
Yeah.
I don't know that she is dialed. Maybe she is. I have no idea. But her not being a gamer makes me question if she's dialed into that audience.
So I'm not saying that they're going to screw it up. I'm just saying, would it have been that hard to find a leader who was a gamer?
It doesn't feel like it.
Like, everyone games now. Would it have been that hard?
To me, the main reason why I cringed when it said, like, oh, she came from an AI area in Microsoft, is that just seems to be the path now. Like, if you're a corporate jockey in Microsoft, you're just getting yourself into some form of AI something, because that seems to be the path to everywhere right now, which doesn't seem good. And, maybe this is pattern recognizing when there is no pattern, but...
I mean, it seems kind of like a pattern.
It seems likely.